What skills to learn to make money? Now, money is everywhere. I always say just bend over and pick it up, because that's once you learn skills to make money, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be picking it up, turning a cash machine on, turning another one up or down. Making money's easy. Let me teach you how. The first three things I want to talk about is, number one, use your gifts and talents. You all have amazing stuff right here that you could use to make money. You just aren't conditioned to be an entrepreneur and make money. Number two, how do you master the art of pricing and really getting that financial commitment? And number three, a deep dive into this mindset you all think you have to have, and what does that really mean? So let's begin. So first of all, you have gifts and talents. And in my Cash Machine book, I talk a lot about skill set analyzing. And when you really think about it, whether you've had a job your whole life or you've just attempted a whole bunch of side hustles, here's why most of you are failing, is because you're not all in. You're not committed. So I use these three words in my Millionaire Intensive. I say, are you committed? Are you jumping? And are you living a decided life? So write those down, because most of you are not committed. You're interested, and you just trickle little things out. You'd never jump. Right? You might step off a curb, but you never jump off a cliff and, pray to God your parachute opens. And number three, you don't live a decided life. You use words like, I'm going to think about it. What the heck are you going to think about? You don't even know how to think about money. Like, really? So let me teach you. So how is money made? Well, first of all, you have to market, right? So you're going to use a gift and talent. which I'm going to back up a little bit before I tell you about marketing. What is the easiest, simplest thing that you know how to do? I don't care if you don't like to do it. Like if you're a great writer, be a writer. Writers can make a ton of money. The writer that wrote my 5 New York Times bestsellers made over $500,000 writing for me, $100,000 a book. So you're like, oh, well, how did she do that? She's good. And a lot of you are good. You just don't know how to price. So if you are good at videographer, like this gentleman's doing with me, capture on film. Do you know how many people that are older that need social channels? They need, how many brick and mortar businesses need better social channels? They need even ads, just basic happy hour ads for the local bar next door. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And then the other thing people need all the time is just service. What can you do to help another person's life? I don't care if that's cleaning their house, mowing their lawn, helping them, clean their garage. People need help. If you love working on vehicles, do you know how many millionaires I've made in the car detailing business? Car detailing is an extraordinary business when you know how to contract cash. So I could go on and on and on. All I have done most of my career is help people make money. So why is it such a challenge to make money? Because you were taught to be an employee. And you were taught to get a paycheck twice a month and just do your little, whatever you do. And then if you need more money, you get another job. All of that is wrong. If you want to make money, it starts right here. So what do you need to do? You need to market. Marketing. One of the things we say is marketing is the answer to everything. Why? Because you got to get leads. You got to get people interested in what you're talking about. So I'm an expert in money. Let's just say you're an expert in wellness or writing or any of the topics I just suggested. Notice I did not say that you can start something that's an invention or is a big product run. Like if you need prototypes, that is not the first company to start. For those of you who need to make money, you do something simple, mostly service-based, because you can also unwind it. If you have a lot of product, like I've had so many people come to me broke because they've got expiring product, whether it's face cream, whether it's a CBD oil, whether it's something, they have it in their garage or they have it in a warehouse and it's expiring while they're figuring out how to market. They built the whole thing wrong and they actually launched broke. So marketing is getting people interested. So once you come up with an idea, I want you to get out on social channels and just start talking about it. And an easy way to get started is to ask people what they want. I'm an expert in wellness. What can I help you with? And I'm an expert in money. What can I help you with? I'm an expert in anti-aging or whatever you're an expert in. Just ask people on social media, what do they want to learn from you? What could you share with them in future videos? Now you start getting a lot of content. And by the way, you've got to post a lot of content out here on social media if that is how you're going to lead gen. You can also just go back to networking groups. There are local networking groups in every city around the country. You can go out and meet people face to face if you prefer to do that. But you got to get a following, which means you need a database. So 2 big gifts I'm going to give you right now. You need to go to our Millionaire Intensive. So our Millionaire Intensive is where I talk about the problem with most of you not knowing how to make money. And even if you have a big job, I'm not saying quit your job, but a big job is just that. It's going to be potentially fixed income with maybe an annual bonus. And the challenge with that is there's no tax deductions. See, there's this straddle that a lot of you also been playing your whole life called the sole proprietor. That is illegal. It is absolutely ridiculous in my world. Now, not illegal like you can't do it because it's against the law. It's just stupid. Like, I can't even say it any differently, because you're not going to gain any different credit. The financial institutes don't see you as anything different than just somebody trying to make a little bit of extra money on the side. So the reason most of your small business ventures have failed in the past is because you didn't go all in. So what do I mean by that? I mean, be in a company. Companies make money, individuals get taxed. By being a company, you activate the tax code. Now you can write off your computer, your phone, your vehicle, your home office, your wardrobe, tons of stuff that you don't get to do as a sole proprietor. And then during the Millionaire Intensive, at the end, you have about a 3-hour period where you get to be in a marketplace and make money. Practice all these things that we're talking about. The second gift I'm going to give you is go to askrms.com. Listen to the videos. It's a database. So anytime I start a money-making venture, I don't care what it is, I get incorporated and I get a database. And those are the two engines that drive your machine. Those two alone are why most of you have failed in small business ventures in the past. You're not even set right to begin with. So get those set. We'll help you get them set. You can have a strategy session with one of our people, whether you should be an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp. Most of you don't get that right either, because you're just going to a cheap.com and no advice and no help. So get those two gifts, and let's get you marketing. Now, number 2, how do you sell? You're going to learn that at the Millionaire Intensive. So this isn't a sales video today. This is a how do you make money today. So how you make money is you have to market, you've got to sell them something, and you have to manage your cash flow, which means you're going to pay very specifically in order that I tell you to pay. You're not going to go on a budget. You're going to forecast a sequence of spending. So write that down. No one ever teaches this. It's very purposeful spending, so you get the highest benefit for the lowest taxes. Got it? Okay, number 2, pricing and getting a true commitment. I have a very different opinion about pricing. There's so many gurus who say, oh, just start at the bottom and start with a little trial, cheap prices. Well, you know how difficult it is to go up once you start cheap? Because you're known as cheap. I use massage therapists or people in the health industry as an example because I don't like cheap. First of all, if you're under 100 on a massage, you're probably not very good. Sorry to say that, and if that offended you, then raise your prices. Anyone, I mean, if you go on a cruise, you go to a good, nice hotel, you're spending $200 to $400 on a massage. And those aren't worth it. Most of those are not worth it. It's the great entrepreneur that owns their own spa, their own salon, their own place where they can do it. My point is, if you do not build in a margin from the beginning of you not having to do the work, the pricing won't work. So I price knowing that I have coaches doing a lot of my work, and I have other facilitators, I have other instructors, I have an organization. So when you think about you, even though it's just you for now, think about the future. What if you were just a person out marketing and selling, which is pretty much what I do, and you're not doing all the fulfillment? Then what's the margin that you have to charge? If you're in house cleaning, you got to charge as if there's enough money that you could pay somebody else to clean the house. House cleaning and commercial cleaning, residential cleaning companies are worth millions. I didn't say you have to clean the darn house. And by the way, car detailers, I didn't say you had to detail the car. I need you to start thinking like a business owner. So again, make sure you show up to the Millionaire Intensive. We have 300 to 400 people register every 3 weeks, and maybe 150 to 200 show up. So again, commitment, jumping, living a decided life. If you're serious, I'll teach you how to make money. It's simple. I'll teach you how to make money in like 3 minutes. So before I go to the last point on the deep dive of mindset, which isn't really mindset, it's knowledge. Lack of knowledge is really what I'm going to be teaching you. I need you to subscribe to this channel, click the notification button, be here 5 days a week. Share it with every family member or person that you are influenced by. You are a sum of the 5 people, and parents, you're the one leading your children. So let anyone over 5 years old be in this channel. Especially like this, they'll actually get this topic better than you, because you have all sorts of weird thinking about money. If there's a topic out here that I'm not talking about, go to my comment bar and just put it in there. We're out here every day. I have a whole team managing this channel, so we want to serve you and give you what you need. Now, the last deep dive about mindset, I'm always, talked about mindset because I was in The Secret. But really, mindset's just your thinking about it. And if you don't have any new knowledge, you are still thinking and spinning in the same conversation that has kept you having the same result. Do what you do, you get what you get. So it's time to shift. Be at the Millionaire Intensive. I'm there every 3 weeks. If you can't go to one, go to the next one. If you want to come back 3 or 4 times, because it might take you that long to learn all this, make sure you show up. Like, here's a mindset. Last tip I'm going to give you. Debt. Most of you have such a screwed up thinking about debt. You think you need to be debt free. I don't know who made up that. No one wealthy is debt free. We use good debt. We leverage and arbitrage debt just like banks do. So why you have a goal of being debt free is odd. You're listening to the wrong people. You're hearing the internet called the bathroom wall. You're not listening to me. Again, be on this channel every day, 5 days a week. And if you have any questions, go to askloral.com and ask me a question, make a request, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.